Hello everybody, this is Cyrus here with Afterlife Topics and the Metaphysics. We talk about life after death, metaphysical topics, the supernatural, and things like that. Tonight I want to talk about what is it that makes life in what we call the astral plane, the afterworld, the afterlife, a higher density, much more enjoyable than life here. And I'm just going to base this off of my own experiences as an astral projector. So some videos I go more into other people's research, and in this case, this is more my own perspective on life and existence on these unseen levels that the vast majority of us are not consciously aware of. But before we begin, if you like this video, if you like this topic, you can please hit the subscribe button. It's down below. It's a little red button that says subscribe. There's a notification bell next to it. And if you really like this video and want to toss me a bone, you can donate. I have a PayPal link as well down there too. So, to continue. In my experiences, these astral experiences, I have found that certain memories I have of this other side that so many people have experienced and have gone to, whether it's near death or in dreams or in out-of-body experiences. My memories sometimes are stronger of some of those experiences than my memories here. So I can think about memories I've had here that I enjoy. What about being in Philippines, out in Palawan, and walking those walking between islands where the water only kind of goes up to like your knees maybe, and you can walk from island to island, and it's extremely beautiful. That's a heck of a memory. Besides the first part of being in Philippines and getting a norovirus and throwing up all over a hostel along with like 30 other people, so that wasn't such a great memory. But the rest of being in Palawan, you know, that's a hell of a memory, right? But still, even that memory is a little bit lackluster by comparison to fleeting memories of things from the other side. Why is that? Well, these higher density realms that exist all around us, it's part of the earth and extends out from the earth. They're operating on some different levels in terms of both the culture. The culture is different, as well as the kind of energetic blueprint is different, and you're operating from a higher dimensional level. And even if you're there and you have a physical body, and it looks at first glance to be very similar to this world, and sometimes it does look very similar, the reality is that it's not that similar, because how we interact with people and how we live our lives can be quite different. And the best way to describe it, well, I don't know the best way. Let me actually think about this. So one way we could say is it's a more amped up existence. So here we tend to get stuck in a routine, and there's not a lot of like fun, excitement, or adventure in that routine unless we struggle to make it happen. So if we walk to the workplace, let's say we ride a bike to the office and we work 8 hours, we clock out, and we ride a bike back. During that time, like, that whole day is going to just be completely mundane. There's going to be nothing of any great significance unless we make it happen. Maybe we listen to music or some interesting podcasts. Maybe we're listening to Joe Rogan and we have some interesting ideas or some interesting things happen that we make. On the other side, everyone is a degree more interconnected than here. So on the way to work, you can have like amazing high energy mental telepathic conversations with a bunch of people. You can meet all kinds of people, have crazy adventures, meet some other species, meet some non-human entities flying around the air or something. Maybe you'll meet some kind of smart animal that communicates with you telepathically, and then you go to work and, you know, instead of just punching stuff into a keyboard all day. Maybe it's an extremely dynamic environment and everybody's mingling with each other and there's full of energy, and you're working on things that are actually interesting to you and everybody, and there's a sense of camaraderie and everybody's kind of on the same vibe. And then you clock out of work and then you come back towards your house again, all kinds of interesting crazy things happen. You get back into your house, there's a greater sense of peace and comfort in your own environment. I don't know if you really go to bed at night. I think you do. In my experience is people in the middle astral do sleep. I imagine you have all kinds of crazy lucid dreams. My mom, deceased, has told me that she has a lot of crazy lucid dreams even on that side when she goes to sleep. And sometimes dreams can connect with people on this side, creating like dream visitations. There's the possibility of people say that time works differently, and how that goes is that things kind of blend into each other. So it's not that feeling like you've had this long week of just repetition. It's more like everything kind of feels like it's blended into one continuous moment. Your memories are then crystal sharp as a result of that. So it's not one of these things where you're like, oh, is it Tuesday? Is it Thursday? I don't know. What day is it? It's more like I don't know. So there's more like there is no classification. It's just like all the memories are right in the forefront of your mind. So there isn't that it's not like you're losing anything. You can basically be imaginative and I think get all the free time you want, and it's like your kind of creative thoughts come into you much more easily. So whatever it is you want to do, it can quickly reach the top of your head, and you can quickly find other people aligned to you who want to do that with you, and then you can go do it. You're like, hey, let's go build a ship and sail the astral seas. And if you're compelled enough to do that, you'll be able to pretty quickly start manifesting those things you want to do, even if it involves literally building a ship and getting the wood and hammering the nails. Not everything is just constructed by thought. If you want to hammer nails and build a ship, you can hammer nails and build a ship. And some people get a taste of this when you get lucid dreams. Lucid dreams can be impressions of experiences on that side. And notice to the people who do lucid dreaming how active those dreams are by comparison to your life here. There's always so much activity and storylines and crazy stuff going on. Well, that's a little peek into likely what our real experience is happening that your brain is interpreting through the kind of dream and matrix. So that is an example of kind of what it might be, but kind of what it is like on that side. And if you're not such a external person, if you don't want to be involved in so much activity, there's nothing stopping somebody from having a quiet, peaceful life either. And it's not monumentally different from this side. And especially on the surface, you go to the astral neighborhood, like here in Los Angeles, looks like this neighborhood, different buildings, different people walking around. But upon closer examination, everything there is way more amped up than here. And even on slightly, more exalted areas, especially in nature, you feel that kind of pulse of nature. So if you're in the woods here, it can feel great. But on that side, you really are connected to nature. You can feel the spirit of the place very, very well. And then that's again how the memories of that side can be way more predominant than the memories of this side. So I hope that helps maybe give you a better idea, maybe a slightly better idea of what it's like for people living on that side, on what we call the middle astral, or the the Earth-like astral, which basically the other side begins on our world and then it extends out from there. But it encompasses everything in this world. So every city you can think of, whether that be Los Angeles or Phoenix, Arizona, or Tokyo or Dublin or wherever, it's all there. And remember, one more top point, for them, it's not the astral. Nobody says the astral in the afterlife, and nobody says the afterlife in the afterlife. To them, it's just Earth. They're, Dublin, Ireland is Dublin, Ireland. Berlin, Germany is Berlin, Germany, just like here. They may refer to our versions of these places as the Earth plane. the earth plane version of Berlin, the earth plane version of Dublin. One big concept to wrap one's mind around is the idea that like our versions of both cities is still the same city in the same place, just different wavelengths. And so it's not really a separate place, it's just a different fragment of the same place. And that's why, again, it's not really a separate, different world. It's just this world we're on right now on a different perspective. Try to wrap your mind around that one, and then let me know if you're able to do it successfully in the comments section below. This is Cyrus. If you like this kind of stuff, I have a couple books you can check out by going to going to the channel description, clicking on Understanding Life After Death or The Afterlife and Beyond. Those are my 2 books on these topics on Amazon. We have the group Afterlife Topics and Metaphysics, and I guess that's it. I will see you guys on the next video.